Herkese selam dostlar. Ben Santo. Bölüm 2'nin 47. bölümüne hoş geldiniz. Sigismundun kampına geldik bu bölümde. Fidya görevi sayesinde. Bayağı büyük bir iş alanı. Şifacı Musa'yı kamp rahibine sormayı.
I'm looking... Certainly. If you head down the hill from... He always keeps a band of... Thank you, Father. What's... What? Do you, sir... I, sir... What could the king... You don't...
Buraları
That...
geç okumuştuk.
Do you, sir... I can all... I read... Do you... Nothing. And then... Who's his name? You can't miss...
Musa'dan
that he
bahsetti.
doesn't...
İçki içer. İçki içmez. Etleri ayırt eder. Ama kızlarımıza bakar falan. Öyle şey söyledi. Yani bize bir gönderme yapmış burada. Müslümanlar.
Do you take... But no... And in a... It's... Do they allow... That's a very strange... I'm just curious. Sigillum confessionis applies to all. He...
Pour forth, we beseech thee, O Lord, thy grace.
Ne diyor günlük bize? Selamun aleyküm.
Christ almighty. Are you all right, sir?
Here we go again.
It's just that you look...
Muscular, wise, wealthy.
No, that's not what I meant.
I know what you meant. I have had this conversation at... Have you never heard of Prester John or the Christian kingdom of Axum?
Yes. Our parish priest talked about that.
Tell me then, how the people in those stories are described. Not exactly like you. Am I right?
But I thought that was just...
So you see, it is not. Musa of Mali is my name. Scholar, explorer.
my name is Henry.
Welcome then.
You said you were an...
I did indeed. From Timbuktu, I went to Holy Mecca.
Mekke'ye gitmiş.
From the Emirate of Granada to Venice. And from there to the court of Sultan Bayezid of the Osmans. Until I ended up at the court of King Sigismund.
Ay be.
And how do you like Bohemia?
Do you want to hear the truth? Or should I praise it to high heaven?
The truth.
Then, all I can say is that this muddy hill is about the only thing I have seen of your country.
Doğru.
And that has not made much of an impression on me. But there is still time. Perhaps I will have the good fortune to...
İnşallah.
Where is this...
Similar to your
Ali.
country, yet completely different. You mine silver, we gold. But in our country,
Evet.
it would never happen that we allow foreigners
Çıkartıyor.
into our mines. Overall, it is safer in our country.
Bu yıllarda gümüş
Nobody will
değerliymiş
waylay you
bu
on your
Avrupa'da.
journey. And we treat women with greater respect.
It's not all that bad here.
I admit that there are some things I envy you for.
Osmanlılar için ne yaptı?
How did you come to be with the Osmans?
By complete chance. In
Yes,
Venice, I joined an expedition that was heading to India. But we were attacked by
Türkler
pirates.
kurtarmıştır.
Fortunately, I was saved by Sultan Bayezid's warship. Though it did not seem like good fortune at the time. You must understand that there are not many of my countrymen among the Osmans. The last time was probably in the days of Mansa Musa. But the Sultan soon found out that I had lived among Europeans, and I could talk to all the envoys who came to him. So I became useful.
So why didn't you stay there?
Because we were about to be overwhelmed by the Golden Horde, led by the butcher named Timur.
Timur.
I had quite enough of war in Granada. So when envoys from Hungary came to the Sultan, I managed to persuade them to take me away with them.
Timur.
What is Mecca like?
Mainly followers of the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad. Praise be his name. but the journey is dangerous. Fortunately, I was helped by a couple of my compatriots. But even so, I did not spend long there. Let us say that I was foolish then, and foreign customs took me by surprise. I went to Cairo, where I learned
Cairo.
geography and law, so that I would be better prepared the next time.
Why not?
I would rather not talk about this, my friend. All I can say is that there are a few rich men.
You were in Grenada?
Go west from here until you reach the sea. But I would not go there if I were you. The magnificent Alhambra Palace is forbidden to Christians like you. It is a pity in any case. Such a beautiful...
Blood?
Yes. Sultan Mohammed must constantly repel attacks from... That is why I started studying physics, in fact. I wanted to make an impression on the sun. Let others cut off heads. I can sew them back.
Where is...
You do not know, my friend? Educate yourself. Remember that learning is like a garden. Venice is an incredible city that people from all over the world go there to trade. I helped them as a translator. If only you could have seen their glory. Their procession stretched from the port to the city center, and they had live leopards as a gift for the king of Venice. But I did not stay long. I, who was accustomed to the Sultan's court, being asked to live.
What's Sigismund's...
I would also like to know that, my friend. One would think that the king would value physicians and sages. He did not even make me his personal physician.
It's reckless to speak about...
I do not think so, my friend, since it is unlikely.
I'm going to see...
Of course.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Why did you leave?
That is a very personal question. And not now.
I'm new to... If you don't have to...
Well, at least I can practice your language. But that does not matter now.
Malili Musa.
So, as you have no doubt realized, this is my infirmary. One part for operating on the wounded, another for the...
You silly doggy. Takaroy.
This part of the camp is mainly for humans. So if you are looking for one, he will be either here or near the bathhouse. We will take a look there too. Do not worry. Over there is the pen where they used to have tournaments. Until the captains banned them. But that is a long story.
Kavga çıkıyor.
Speaking of the captains here, do you know who's in charge overall?
I know something about that. You have 3 captains now, don't you?
Exactly. I can see that you take an interest. The camp as a whole is run by Sir Grozab of Borumlaka. That is a village somewhere in Transylvania, as far as I know. He is an interesting man, I'm sure. But he has a lot of trouble with the camp. So he tends to be, as you say, grumpy. Then there are the Cumans, who are commanded in battle by Cheritan. You will not meet him very often. He often has meetings with the king himself, in Zedlets. He is not a very cheerful man, but he seems a fair-minded commander to me. And he is an outstanding archer, it seems. How about you and archery, my friend?
Well, I don't want to boast, but I'm a pretty good archer. I would happily take on your Chertan.
Really? That sounds like a spectacle that I would perhaps even pay to watch.
Kapışırız kral.
Perhaps, although I successfully avoid weapons. I have to admit that archery is not just a skill,
Can that
It
be
is
right?
an art.
Salvation
Well,
cannot be for sale.
there is enough of that.
But what do they say?
What were we talking about?
And
You were telling me about the commanders here.
Ah, yes. The camp captains. As I said, Sir Grozav commands the camp. Chertan commands in battle. And the third one joined us a few weeks ago. Dietrich Katz, with his Prague artillery regiment. It is a pity you will not be staying for longer. Dietrich is good to talk to, if he is not drinking too much. And over there is our bathhouse. It is not a sight for sore eyes, my friend. And the women, of course. Not this filthy place. Ah, a man should keep reminding himself that zina, what you call fornication, is a shameful deed, opening the road to other evils. By the way, what about you and women, my friend?
Well, there's one here I think about. But I'd rather not talk about that.
Why? Are you afraid that I will steal her from you?
No, it's not that, but... Well, I'm still not sure if she likes me as much as I like her.
I am sure she does. You will see. That is the way of the world. Our Lord Allah, Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, creates us in pairs and grants us love in our hearts, so that we may love another.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. I sometimes think I ought to settle down.
Do it. It is definitely a nicer life than in such a camp as this. Imagine. A roof over your head instead of a leaking tent. Food cooked with love instead of a gruel cooked on a campfire. And at night, by the way, your chosen one. Is she pretty?
To hell with beauty. She's kind, and she likes me. That's the main thing.
Ah, you have chosen wisely, my friend. So, in this part of the camp, you see the tents of various mercenaries from Germany, Poland, Hungary. In short, everyone who came to fill their pockets. You can have items repaired by the smith, and if you're hungry, the kitchen is over there. The food will please you more than me, I think, treating meat in that way. I simply cannot eat it. Do you know where the food is truly great? In Granada. So much food. Sweet pastry, fish. In one banquet, the cooks use more spices than your entire country in a year.
You've been to Granada?
In the court of Sultan Muhammad VII himself.
Kifeli.
That is where I became a physician. That was when Granada was attacked by Martin Yanez de la Barbuda. And I did not want to die in some battle. So I found a safer way to be useful. You know, I have done a lot of traveling, my friend. From Timbuktu to Mecca. And from Granada to Venice. And now, here. But nowhere has the food been worse than here.
I'd like to try some foreign delicacy.
That will be difficult. The local inns serve nothing but porridge and old bread. But maybe you will see the world one day and find out that there are more flavors than just salt and honey. But your country is beautiful, all the same. And up here is where Katz's company of Prague artillerymen are billeted, to the great displeasure of everyone else in the camp, I must say. You can see why. It is the best spot, right next to the captains. And when it rains, all the filth runs downhill to the Cumans and mercenaries areas. Here is the pillory. May Allah, the compassionate, ensure you never end up in it. And if you go around the hill, you will come to the camp shooting range. I recommend visiting it. The Cumans must be born with a bow in their hands. But I will not escort you that far, my friend. I do not like to leave the infirmary unattended for long. Alaka Anben.
Vay amına.
I saw... Firstly, I would not even a Chogan, and, to answer your question, there will not be...
Why did they
Because it went too far. Instead of matching skills since the tournament was banned, I have a lot less work.
What did you mean by mindless hacking?
Merely dumb violence for its own sake.
what does that mean?
For a seer, the skill set where I come from, every fighter must be able to ride a horse. In addition, he should also be able to hold his own when fighting. And above all, he must not be a coward, but on the...
What's that?
A riding game. Very hard. 2 teams of riders with wooden mallets. Whoever does so more time
And what's so dangerous about that?
when the mallet lands on... In any case, nothing teaches you how to ride a horse.
Furusia sounds to me like the chivalry of every good, maybe with the exception of...
Really?
But a good Christian knight should also know how to dance, play chess...
Very interesting. It is a pity. I have not met many like that. Those are all true wisdoms.
Do you know where prisoners are held in the camp?
Do you even know what you are asking about? Be glad none of the king's men can hear us.
That's why I'm asking you. I'm just curious, that's all.
Well, all right. Try looking above the smithy. But do not go anywhere you should not. And if they catch you, you never spoke to me.
Of course. Thank you.
Sağ olasın.
You're not allowed here! Go!
Korucum.
Out of here, mutt! No one wants to hear your barking.
Word about the...
That?
Many thanks. Thank you, sir. And come again. Great. Happy to be...
Show me.
I hope you find what... I'll have a look. I'm glad you found what you were looking for, sir.
Good day to you.
I saw the
You're too late, lad. There used to be but that's been... All you can do now is a bit of...
Why'd they...
Captain Fon...
You fought with
Of course not. That was forbidden. But the Cumans fucked it up.
So what happened?
One of our companies went again, but those fuckers had a score to settle with us. Our fellas came away from there in bad shape, and then Command banned the fights.
That seems like...
Aye, probably Cumans, Germans, but without the tournaments and betting, the blokes don't have anything to... Now their camp is starting to look more and more like a wasp.
So there won't be...
Take care.
God be with you, my friend. Good day. Let's talk about... Well... I was glad to be of help. To you, good sir. I'd like to do... Well... You see... Let's talk about... Huh. You see?
Düniş, możesz onno.
God be with you. Keep the peace and we'll stay friends.
God be with you. How's the watch going?
Not bad. So far.
Düniş, możesz onno. You there, lad. Aren't you here for the requisitioning?
What about it?
I need to requisition supplies for the camp from the locals.
Where do you want to get...
We haven't been to Bohuniovitz in a while.
Who's coming along?
Me, and they usually send some cumans.
That's not much.
And that's why you're coming with. But don't worry, I already sent a couple of blokes ahead to get everything ready. I reckon
Won't the...
they will, but fuck all good it'll do them. We'll chase them out of their houses, bring in the cart, and take whatever we can.
And what if something goes wrong?
That'll only happen if we take our eyes off them. Then there might be bloodshed, but usually...
I don't need to hear...
I'm glad to hear it. Come back tomorrow.
Can I...
You complain?
What?
Take your hands, they scare children, horse trample. This country full of complaint.
I'm not complaining about...
That good.
Good day.
What are you doing here? Get going or you'll get it. That's it. And next time, don't go creeping around here where you don't belong.
Leave it! Shoot!
and empty spaces where their hearts should be. They offer salvation to anyone who fills their cup.
What in the devil? No, I'm not.
Oh, Sakra.
Wait! That name sounds but I'm as hungry as a wolf. If you bring...
Listen, I need to find Knight. I'm here on behalf of...
Wait. There was someone else here with me, also a knight. But
Where is he now?
with the...
You mean...
Aye. A few...
I have to...
They took it away.
He must have introduced himself.
Him? He was fading fast when he began to be delivered.
Where do they...
How am I supposed to know? Away. As quick as possible. No matter what killed him. They're even treating me as if I'll croak at...
Sorry to hear that.
The carts are down by the horses. I hope you'll excuse me for not...
What's gonna happen?
I'm waiting to be exchanged. My honourable jailer has demanded a large sum of money, and I had no idea I was worth so much. I hope my wife...
I could help.
Save your energy. My father is already on his way. He'll be here in a few days. If I take off... No, I'll just sit here until they barter me off like a... That is, if I don't...
I better get going.
Follow in gold, while their falsehoods and indulgences condemn all Christendom to eternal torture. Can that be right? Salvation cannot be... But what do they say? Pay, and you shall be forgiven. Have you stolen? Pay. Have you killed? Pay. Are you the devil himself? Pay, and you shall go to heaven. The prelates spout empty words. Their bellies may be full, but their heads are empty. Fat arses and empty spaces where their hearts should be. They offer salvation to anyone who fills their coffers.
Is this...
Farkas László.
Excellent.
Nem.
Ah, I see.
Valahol ott.
Well,
A hónap végéig aztán annyi.
I'm looking... What does...
Vörös.
Uh-huh.
Vörös like...
Ah, colours.
Igen.
Which tent?
Big one.
Thanks.
What's that? Yes?
I'm here on behalf of Sir... My task is to negotiate with you the terms for the release of...
Really?
He gave me a letter with his seal.
Huh.
Can we just...
Certainly. But please, allow me one question.
He was attacked on the way here.
That is unfortunate. The roads are there, but let us get to discuss...
I'd like to...
Out of the question.
Why?
What is the meaning of this?
No.
I am going to pretend...
Where will that...
Once you pay the ransom, you...
We'd rather do the hand...
Your master has given you... What is your idea?
Why don't you...
Where in the name of God did Jan dig you up? I do not intend... I know of a mudge on the hill between Miskovitz. We will have peace and quiet up there. And no...
Sounds good to me.
Once you leave, send the boy from the...
Let's talk about the ransom.
Let us be sincere with it. Jan knew beforehand, but he still sent you here to hag. But there is one more thing to negotiate about. The knights, if I return them, I want to get at least a fraction of...
As far as... Jan wants him back in the same...
Very well.
That should be everything.
How can I help?
Ah,
Certainly.
okay.
My girls know.
Well, I really need.
All right.
Okay.
X.
You sure slayed me today, warrior. I reckon now I'll have to scrub myself from head to toe.
What do you need, sir?
The bath may.
You can say that again. Sometimes I have to drive those.
Could you use?
Could I ever? But very few of them lugging buckets of water day in and day out, scrubbing the men's. And the worst thing is, when they come,
Oh, aye.
a woman sees when they win, they get, and when they lose, those who survived take it out on
Who's called?
everybody. But the Hungarians and Cumans, when they're in a good mood and have some coin, they can even be quite nice. But when they're thirsty and skint,
Do the no?
everyone comes here. But and they like taking two girls at once.
And do they?
Oh, do they ever? When they
I'd like.
and
I need.
excellent,
I'll glad.
X.
You're always welcome here, good sir.
That's right. Well, if anything's gone missing here, then you're in for it.
Yeah, this is definitely Peter. Jan's not going to be happy about this. I saw.
Keep your voice down.
Who killed Peter of Suk?
The Grim Reaper. He died of fever. You do not have to believe me, but I'm telling you.
Very well.
What would you like?
The truth.
Fine, as you wish. I assume Jan. He came for his brother.
But shouldn't.
No, we should not. The price and hand over.
Ez van. Adok neki még egy hónapot, és ha nem lesz valami kiadó zsákmány... Én is így vagyok van. A hónap végéig aztán annyi.
thought there was something fishy going on. Hey, good man! I need to speak with you. Hey!
What are you doing hanging around?
Not in...
And I'm Henry.
Well, Henry, I'm
What?
Please don't make it harder for me than it already is, and surrender...
Are you yanking my...
and
touch me, and I'll break your...
I take it you won't yield without a fight. No. In that case, you leave... You're a dead man! Oh. I yield! Mercy!
All right, I'll spare you.
I'll explain it all to you.
And does that give you the right to...
No, I realise that. To take to robbing in the twilight of my life.
That's true. What you were shouting at me sounded more like... rather rude.
And what was I supposed to... But I don't want to take your life.
Can't you find some fucking other way to earn coin? You said...
I'd have to get my horse and armor back first.
Someone stole your horse.
It's a long...
No matter.
I made my living through honourable service. Most recently as a mercenary.
How could you fight for Sigismund?
Petsunia non olet, my friend. At least up to a certain... Our unit was tasked with requisition supplies in Betshwar. Zavish of Garbov, my commander, said the people were starting to cheat the army on supplies. And he was right. They were slipping sand into the... Zavish lost it. And the requisitioning...
Well, it's not pretty. But
then they'd have nothing left. Wherever the requisitioning unit goes, even I went to Zavish to stop it. What's chivalrous about plundering? In the end, I challenged him to a duel.
And you lost it all?
And with it, my plan...
Why did you wager everything in the first place? Is it some kind...
Not always. It's a gesture to show that you really will defend your... Perhaps. But now, I'm trying to get enough coin to get my things back. If I must do something so despicable as robbing people, then at least...
And how much...
In truth, I don't know if Zavish...
What if I tried to help you?
You'd do that for me?
I offered, didn't I?
In Sigismund's camp. His name is Zavish of... He's got a rather inconspicuous tent above the camp kitchen.
And how will I recognize your things?
Of course. On my cuirass and on the caparison of... It's the same as I have on my shield here. A black raven. If you get my things back from Zavish, come and see me in the tavern in Pshitok. They let me sleep in the... Guards!
I like my...
Stop! Good man!
Greetings.
Same to you. Come and have a chat. You're quite a gentleman, I see. In those must have cost a small... How about I take them off your... Otherwise, there's no...
Hold on. Wouldn't you rather know where I...
Why the hell would I care about that? I can take what I want straight from... Go on then.
You're not getting it.
I like your plot.
You're in for an arse kicking, you piece of shit!
You want to try me? Too slow.
Quick. Whoa, whoa. I bear news.
I was beginning to worry.
I'm very sorry, but
Peter is...
I'm afraid it's true. I saw his body.
He killed him.
And he lied to my face.
That mangy, lying...
What do you want to do?
Get... Will you help me? Thank you. But we'll need more men for the job.
I think I...
Who?
The brothers Posey and Tugbone will certainly make time for a battle.
Christ. Those sound like the nicknames of
Jan Posey of Zim...
Ah, I see. Can you think of anyone else?
I know some...
How well do you know them?
I probably know Master Menhard and his...
That doesn't sound bad. We could...
I can't think of anyone else at the moment.
All right. Go.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Henry, I'm glad to see you.
Oh my god, what are you doing here?
Come, I have so much to tell you. It's good to see you.
Older.
We managed to escape.
Oldu.
Hopefully far enough that von Berghoff will never find us.
So now we're... Actually, you know what? Sometimes the less you know, the better.
You're right there. Anyway, the last time I saw you, I promised you a reward.
That's really not necessary.
Oh, yes it is. I don't have much, all things considered.
Your sword?
It's yours now. And I...
Good luck, Older.
God be with you.
Vay be.
Wie willst du bezahlen?
Easy, good horse.
Whoa!
Bothering us here.
I'm sorry.
Was darf's heute Morgen?
You wouldn't have...
Not long ago, eine Frau was here looking for...
Why?
She is a widow. Poor thing. She was looking for a warrior, deshalb I cannot do it myself. I do not want to lose the Fechthalle. Aber you could go to her, tell her I sent you. And mein Gott, do not...
Fine.
She lives in the house in the middle of...
I've come...
Sprich, Heinrich. What do you need?
I'm in a bit of a fix. I could use...
Schwierigkeiten? That sounds serious. Vielleicht nur... Would Arne suffice? Ist ein guter Kerl.
I'd be glad for even one man.
Rede mit ihm. So he knows...
Schönen Tag.
Menhardus.
Wieso denn?
No, I'm the one who needs something. And Menhard told me you're the man. I got into a bit of a mess. And I'm afraid I might end up losing. So I'm looking for a few men who are handy with... and aren't afraid of Cume.
Die Kumanen? Rely on me, Heinrich.
Go from Horshan towards Miskowitz.
Verstanden. And one more thing.
Don't worry. If things go our way...
Sehr schön. In that case...
Thanks. So?
Alles ist gut, Heinrich. Aber ein Ding...
I'd I'd like to help you.
Emmeram still has the fencing sword. Und we need it zurück.
And you're afraid to go?
Me? It's rather unpleasant.
Well,
Wunderbar, Heinrich.
I will.
You must have...
Bad luck.
Gelin bak.
Ja. Ja. Ja. Ja.
So?
Not yet. But I'd like to... Why not? There's one... The main thing... Very well. It's actually a... It's just like now.
Çalıştı. Şey.
Good. I'd like to learn a new Certainly.
I think it might be useful for you to learn how to use wrestling holds in a sword fight. From what I've seen so far, you... Aye, no worries. But you rain blows on your opponent from above, and when he's expecting another, you put a quick lock on his weapon hand and yank it against your sword's point. In short, don't forget to use your whole... Now, what do you think?
I'd like to...
Certainly. A warrior, I like using it because it only stuns your opponent, but doesn't kill him.
That sounds good. Teach me that.
Of course. Like I said, after you open with a few hooks, attack his neck with both if you crush his Adam's apple. Now, what do you think?
I'd like to...
What are you interested?
I hear you.
All right then.
I'd like to...
What are you interested?
I'd like to...
Fine.
I'd like to...
What is this about?
Listen,
No, that sounds urgent.
I'm in a sticky situation.
And you need 2 extra...
Something like that. But if it's money you're interested...
Oh, please. Count on us. You've helped us, and we'll help.
Go in the direction of Horshan. Wait there for me.
Agreed.
Thanks.
Something you won't believe. I've traveled all...
Dostlar, bu bölümü burada sonlandıralım. Dostlar, bu bölümü burada sonlandıralım. İzlediğiniz için çok çok çok teşekkür ederim. Sağlıcakla kalın.